Kenya is among the countries in the Horn of Africa that have constantly experienced severe droughts and hunger. Millions of people over the years, among them children, continue to die of hunger-related conditions, while others struggle with barely a meal in a day. "80% of Kenya's population depends on small-scale agriculture. Nonetheless, these devoted citizens continue to languish in poverty regardless of how much they toil and hustle. Farming in Kenya is characterized by low yields, especially due to rain failure. Only 0.01% of water available for irrigation is utilized in Kenya. Heavy reliance on rain-fed agriculture, poor rural infrastructure, lack of farmer-led research, especially on indigenous crops biodiversity, over-reliance on exotic crops like maize are some of the factors hindering realization of food adequacy in the country.
In terms of food security, it seems like actually in 40 years after independence, Kenya has not managed or learned to organize itself in terms of food for her people. So we've, especially in the last 10 years, we've been seeing recurrent droughts. Each year we have a drought and a famine. Many people die, a lot of livestock also die, but it's all because our priorities at national level are not actually right. So we put our resources in the wrong places instead of taking care of the people.
Our small-scale farmers need to rediscover the indigenous foods to secure their families and economies. There exists a pool of local knowledge about indigenous seeds among elders in our diverse communities in Kenya, and we should not remain vulnerable to hunger year in, year out. Maize seeds that we rely on so much are graduating from hybrid to genetically modified seeds that are controlled by giant multinational companies, a situation, if not checked, will see these companies control the entire seed and food market, hence taking away our food sovereignty. This will take away our traditional food sociology, which require that neighbors save and share seeds within a community. These values of sharing and reciprocity in seed management and food security were traditionally essential in strengthening food situation.
The other thing that we are experiencing is a departure from the norm, where many communities have actually stopped growing their own indigenous crops that they knew, they have the knowledge of, and they are embracing the new seeds that are being promoted by multinational corporations and also the government. So the problem at the moment is that with the current situation, especially on issues of climate change, it is very difficult for the new seeds to grow well and give the farmers a crop. We need to go back to the traditional and indigenous crops that the farmers have the knowledge of. They know how to develop these crops, how to keep the seeds. They also share the seeds, and these seeds actually have a spiritual bearing to these communities. During colonial times, and also when the new faiths came in, that local knowledge and local indigenous spirituality was regarded as backward. So communities were persuaded to leave it and embrace the new, which is not assisting them today.
Tragically, there is very little space in our farms left for yams, arrowroots, sweet potatoes, cassava, pumpkins, millet, sorghum, among other nutritious indigenous vegetables and fruits. It is worth recognizing that Kenya's economy is agricultural driven, and therefore if we let go of our food heritage, we stand to lose total control of our farming systems, our nutritious eco-friendly crops like arrowroots, yams, sweet potatoes, millet, sorghum, and many others, as they will vanish and we will become fully dependent on foreign foods. However, there is some good news following a growing awareness on indigenous foods in the country, thanks to PELUM Kenya, a regional network body involved in promoting production, consumption, and marketing of indigenous traditional and medicinal foods. Notable change in attitudes and gradual adoption of indigenous food concepts is evident among the Kikuyu, Luya, Luo, Kamba and Pokot communities as a result of PELUM Kenya's ongoing training and extension program.
PELUM Kenya has been working with the 5 communities in the indigenous food production, and we have a number of activities that we have been implementing with them in collaboration with our 5 partners. We have carried out on-farm production. We have trained them in ecological production activities. And when we finish the production activities, what the extension officers do is that they go back to work with the communities and they continue training them on these activities on their farms. That's why it's called on-farm trainings.
PELUM Association is a regional network of over 210 civil society organizations in East, Central and Southern Africa. Its main objective is to promote sustainable agriculture and ecological land use in the region. Launched in 1995 in Zimbabwe, PELUM is now working in 10 African countries, that is Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Malawi, South Africa and Lesotho, with the regional headquarters now located in Lusaka, Zambia. PELUM Kenya is spread in 6 provinces in the country. The organization is keen on ensuring communities in Kenya become self-organized in making choices towards an improved quality of life that is socially, economically and ecologically sustainable. Through a PELUM Kenya awareness creation program, smallholder farmers have been educated on issues around GMOs and their imminent implications on Kenya's agricultural economy.
We embarked on programs to create awareness among farmers so that they can know what are GMOs, what are the implications. The government also brought in a bill in Parliament so that it can be safe to bill in Parliament so that this bill can be made into an act. We realized that one thing is that it's good to have a strong bill that protects farmers' rights, that can protect farmers' local varieties. And we and others joined together so that first we could create awareness among GMOs about what are GMOs, what are the implications, and also we tried to work with the government to come up with a strong bill that can be able to protect the Kenyan farmers.
In the extension work, PELUM Kenya has held successful farming training and workshops on food production, processing, value addition, and agro-processing. This has proved a powerful tool in empowering communities to have enough resources and capacity to declare their region's GMO-free zones and fully support indigenous ecological food production.